Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll just wait for 3 to 4 minutes for everyone to settle in before we start. I'll be your moderator for today's session. Welcome to Dynamic Talks by Grid Dynamics, a platform designed to foster innovation, share knowledge, and connect with the brightest minds in technology globally. We are thrilled to have you here today, and I appreciate your presence as we embark on this journey of learning and discovery. Even if you're not actively looking for jobs, we hope these discussions spark curiosity about opportunities to join a team to drive meaningful and technological change. In short, Dynamic Talks embody our mission to lead, learn, and connect with our clients, our community, and future colleagues. Before introducing our speaker, allow me to introduce Grid Dynamics and what we stand for. We are a NASDAQ listed technology consulting leader trusted by Fortune 1000 companies across finance, retail, and tech industries since 2006. Headquartered in California, we operate globally with over 4,000 engineers in 18 plus countries. As a NASDAQ listed public technology services company, we are at the forefront of big data, data science, machine learning, and AI, scalable omnichannel services, DevOps, and cloud enablement. We are also proud to be part of the S&P 600 index. It's a testament to our growth and innovation. Now let's turn to our today's agenda. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed speaker, Girish Mahajan, Cloud Architect at Grid Dynamics. He is a cloud architect with over 18 years of experience in designing, building, deploying, and maintaining business applications and critical infrastructure in multiple cloud environments, including Azure, AWS, and GCP. Proven ability to integrate complex Azure and AWS cloud environments and collaborate with senior management, engineers, and software developers to achieve consensus on project directions and architect highly secure solutions. Dedicated to fostering a continuous learning and experimentation with cutting edge technologies, software paradigms, and process improvements. Now I welcome, without any further ado, Girish. The virtual floor is all yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Girish.
Thanks, Rohit, for this warm introduction. First of all, welcome you all for today's webinar on reimagining the cloud migration for enterprises through AI. I would like to thank you all for joining. And by considering all the audience, I would like to share with the today's agenda. By considering all the audience, we'll walk through this, or we can start through the introduction to the cloud migration. Then we'll go for the cloud migration approaches with the 6R framework. Then we'll understand the different key consideration before going to the cloud migration. And then we'll jump into the migration phases and planning. And then we'll start our journey, understanding the AI-driven cloud migrations with three different phases. That includes first one is AI-powered migration planning and assessment. Then further migration execution and automation, and then enhanced cloud operation and optimization. And then we'll end the session with the real world case studies, and then further question and answer. So what is mean by cloud migration? The cloud migration is the process of moving digital assets that includes your application, data, or IT infrastructure from organization on-premises data centers to the cloud. And it is not necessary that you need to move all your assets from your on-premises to the cloud. There is a huge possibility that due to some different reason, that might be some regulatory complexities, or you can say some cost complexity or complexity of the architecture, you do not want to move some of the assets to the cloud. Moreover, it is a transformative journey that empowers the businesses to modernize their IT operations, enhance the agility, and unlock the new possibilities in the digital age, and open the door for the new innovation for your or organization enterprises. When you talk about the cloud migrations, right? Why anybody wants to move from on premises to the cloud? It has a different aspects, and in my opinion, there are two different aspects. One is business aspects, and other is technological aspects. So we'll consider that, and we will go through the quickly the what are the different key drivers for the cloud migration. The first one is digital transformation. Cloud migration is often a key enabler of a digital transformation initiative where it allows the businesses to modernize their IT infrastructure and become more agile. Well, when you're talking about the digital transformations, right? Are you able to see my screen?
No, Girish.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me unshare it and share it. Sorry for this. Now, are you able to see?
Yes, yes, Girish.
Okay. So, cost optimization is one of the factor or key drivers, I would say, is one of the where people think that they want to move from to on premises to the cloud. So cloud offers the reduce the CapEx cost as well as the give opportunities to reduce the IT cost and optimizing the spending through the efficient resource utilization. When cost comes in picture, the business agility is one of the important factor which really every organization will think about, which can help businesses to become more agile and responsive to the market changes, along with enabling them to innovate faster and stay ahead of the competition. Innovation is one of the important factor where every persona in an organization wants to move from wants to bring the basically innovation to their infrastructure. Security and compliance is one of the factor where every organization is thinking that their entire infrastructure should be secure and compliant with the regulatory or geographical regulatory and compliance thing. So when you're talking about the security and compliance, right, the improved reliability as well as the scalability and flexibility are the two important factor where every organization wants to keep the high availability for their entire infrastructure. Suppose anything inconsistency or uncertainty happen, how can cloud will help them to making sure that their end customers are not getting impacted. And elasticity is one of the key features in a cloud where we can up and down, we can resources making up and down based on the demand. Eventually it gives the flexibility as per the business requirement. But moreover, these are the different key drivers where organizational things that they want to move because of these reasons. Now let's understand the different cloud migration approaches. Migration to the cloud is not a one size fit all for all the endeavors where we can say that okay, this is my migration, this is my infrastructure and I want to move to the cloud by following certain steps. No, it's not. It's moreover journey that require the careful consideration of your application infrastructure and business goals. And that can be categorized with the 6R framework that includes your rehost, replatforming, repurchasing, or you can say refactoring and re-architecting, retiring or retaining. And these are the basic 6R frameworks which we can considering. So in a brief, we will try to understand that how these are really helping out. The first one is a rehost. Moreover, it is lifting your entire application and data from your current environment and placing them into the cloud. This is a moreover the fastest and simplest up to approach and making the ideal for organizations to taking their first steps into the to the cloud. Um, it is minimize the cost and quick wins for the organization, but at the same time we can say that we cannot leverage all the cloud native features. And most important thing is here that when you are talking about the rehosting, right, you are taking all the legacy issue to the cloud as well. So we need to consider along with that replatforming is one of the factor where we by making some minor adjustment to your application for to suit your cloud environment and making sure that your core structure of the application is does not getting impacted. Yes, again it is offers the balance between the speed and optimization, but you cannot leverage again all the features of the cloud native platform. The next one is the repurchase. By going into the deep dive into the application, you realize that some similarly cloud application is available rather than moving to the or maintaining that application, I can directly purchase that entire SaaS application itself for my future purpose or for implementing my entire architecture. So these are the three different uh, R approaches. Furthermore, we will go to the refactor or the re-architecting, and I would say this is a cost or most comprehensive approach that involving redesigning or rebuilding of entire application to fully leverage the cloud native features. This is one of the popular approach which give the truly utilization or optimization of the cloud that includes your scalability, performance, and the resilience. But at the same time, this is the most complex and the time consuming approach that requires a significant investment and expertise. But one important factor here that you can fully utilize the cloud native feature with the help of refactoring or re-architecting. Here, the cloud migration or the more, you can say application modernizations comes in a picture, but we'll consider overall about the cloud migration point of view. Retire is one of the options where suppose if you are not fair, if you feel that while deep diving into application, you feel that it is not at all requiring, you can simply retire that applications. And retain is one of the applications where, approach where so you do not want to move to the cloud, and at the same time we want to or you want to put it onto the on premises itself. That reduce your burden of cloud migration, but at the same time you cannot take the advantage of the cloud native features. So this is a quick 6R network, or we can then further we can see the what are the key considerations. Can you just tell me that, or you can suggest some of the key consideration anybody wants to, move to the why anybody wants to move to the cloud, or what are the considerations before moving to the cloud? Well, correct. We need to assess the application, understand the infrastructure. Correct. Yeah. So these are the different key consideration I would like to highlight here, where assess your entire application portfolio. We need to list out all the application, categorize those different application, depend upon the criticality, complexity, and the dependency. Along with that, we need to find out the cloud suitability for that application. Evaluate which cloud. We need to find it out. Do we need to take the retain approach for that, or should we go to the cloud? When if you say that we want to move to the cloud, then we need to find out the modernization approach. Do we need to refactoring, rehosting, or replatforming? That we need to find it out. Then we evaluate the cloud provider, research and compare different cloud provider. That might be your AWS, Azure, or GCP, based on your specific requirement, such as your pricing, servicing, and security and compliance. And most important factor here, when you are talking about the evaluating the cloud, right? The service level agreement is very much important. So you need to find it out the SLA within how much time. Suppose if your environment is compromised, within how much time yeah, that cloud provider is helping you to solve that problem. Then security and compliance where need to be planned properly. Define your security requirement and ensure that that cloud provider is fulfilling along with your compliance, is the regularity and compliance thing. Then cost estimation and optimization, which is one of the factor where need to develop the cost model to estimate the total cost of ownership, which we call the TCO, for your cloud migration and ongoing operations. uh, at the same time, we need to also strategize your cost optimization strategy. Establish the cloud optimization strategy that includes your right sizing of the resources, utilizing the discount or the FinOps practices. And when you talk about this entire cloud migration journey, right, the organizational readiness is one of the important factor, where we need to keep all the stakeholder on a single page, or making sure that they have conveyed this cloud migration plan and they are convinced with that cloud migration plan. Then skill, where we need to make sure that we have the right sizing or right people to do this entire journey. When you say that the right people, when the skillful people, if you do not have that, we need to hire those resources, or sometimes we need to outsource this entire thing. So this is the organizational readiness. The next is migration strategy and planning. where we need to, I will talk more on this in the next slides, but I would like to quickly take you through that migration approaches, where we seen that the which application modernization approach we need to take it. And we cannot take everything at the same time, but we need to do the phase migration. And the most important factor here is that we need to have the proper rollback plan. If any uncertainty happen, how can we bring from your original or the failure environment to the original environment where we started it? So that rollback plan also need to be there when you are talking about the cloud migration. Well, we'll quickly take you through the migration phases and the planning. uh, to ensure a smooth and successful transition, the entire journey can be defined in a four different ways. One is the assessment phase, second is the planning phase, the third one is the execution phase, and the optimization phase. When you are talking about this assessment phase, right, we will go each and every phase and try to understand that how these phases are impacting in your cloud migration journey. So first we need to understand the requirement. We need to gather the requirement and understand the business objective, technical requirements, and the different constraints. Along with that, we need to understand application portfolio that determine their suitability for the cloud migration, understand or identify their dependencies or complexities, along with the cloud readiness assessment, which we have seen it from the making sure that our stakeholders are ready for that. You have proper infrastructure, or you can say skills, and the different processes are in place. When you're talking about application and cloud readiness, right, the cost assessment is very much important. It should not be the case after moving to the cloud the cost has been increased. So we need to estimate the total cost of ownership of the cloud migration, and at the same time ongoing operations. Once you are moving that, how much cost will be for entire infrastructure, since it is a recurring cost for your entire environment. So that need to be considered while moving to the cloud. This is a basic assessment phase. We call it as a discovery phase, or you can say everyone has their own terminology, where we need to understand the what is exactly the requirement and different factors. So now the planning phase. We need to define the proper migration strategy. When you are talking about the migration strategy, right, need to be choose the proper application modernizations, which we have seen in our earlier slides. We need to evaluate a cloud provider, and which is the most suitable cloud provider based on the factors like cost, services, you can say security, or compliance. And then you need to start your designing your cloud architecture. When you say that designing the cloud architecture, you need to design your cloud environment that includes your network topology, security controls, and resource allocations, and other DevOps practices along with the cloud architecture. And once the your architecture is ready, we need to develop the migration plan, where we need to create a detailed migration plan that outline the sequence of steps, timeline, and resources that which required. Once planning is done, we can go directly to the execution phase. And here, as I told you in earlier slide, we cannot just jump to by taking entire infrastructure to the cloud. Here we need to first do the pilot migration. When I say the pilot migration, here you need to understand which is a non-critical application, or we can say the workflow, and you can test that workflow by moving that entire application to the cloud. Once your pilot migration is ready, then you can move for the phased migration. When I say the phase migration, I mean that you need to prioritize your application, and those applications depend upon the criticality and move to the cloud. And one important factor here, when you are moving to the cloud, right, your DevOps practices are very much important, so that we can, otherwise we cannot achieve the agility. Your CI/CD pipeline should be there. Your infrastructure as a core should be there. Script should be available while creating the resources. So these things are really important. When you're talking about the applications, right, data migration is also one of the important factor that need to be considered. And test and validation, which need to be testing in each phase. When we say the each phase, that includes your uh, QE environment, dev environment, that also includes your pre-prod environment, and after that, the production environment. So these are the execution phase, and these are the different factors need to be considered. Then comes the optimization phase, and I would say this is the most important phase which we need to consider. Performance optimization, in which we need to understand or fine tune application as well as the infrastructure in a such a way that it will give the optimized performance and cost efficiency in the cloud. Then further, we need to understand the security. We need to implement the best practices for the security that controls to protect your cloud environment, and establish the monitoring practices that include your dashboard, or you can say the alerting mechanism, so that your entire environment is up and running, and your downtime, or you can say your customers are not getting impacted for the longer time. And then continuous improvement. um, the continuous improvement, I would say that it's a continuous journey. If you are in a cloud where you need to continuously monitor and optimize your cloud environment based on the performance data and feedback. So this is overall the optimization phase, and I would say this is the important phase for any cloud migration journey. Well, these are the different conventional way of the cloud migration and traditional way of the cloud migration. Now we'll jump into the AI driven cloud migration. Well, if you see the cloud textbook definition, the AI driven cloud migration is a modern approach to migrating in the application data and infrastructure to the cloud. By leveraging this artificial intelligence, we can definitely automate, optimize, and accelerate the entire process. When I say the entire process, in the last couple of slides we have seen that the different phases, right? So we can definitely infuse the artificial intelligence in this cloud migration journey. So if you we can definitely categorize this entire journey in a three different phases. One is AI powered migration planning and assessment, then AI driven migration execution and automation, and third one is AI enhanced cloud operation and optimizations. So we'll understand these different phases and how can AI can be utilized. In With our grid dynamics, we have really intelligent AI architect and the team, data science and data engineer team, which they have developed certain accelerators or demos where we work with our Fortune 1000 companies and making sure that we are utilizing those accelerators for them, and we are engaged with them for the different problem statement. So while walking through these different phases, would like to show you some of the demos which will give the brief idea rather than understanding the theoretical concepts. Well, first one is AI powered migration planning and assessment. As you know that it's a cloud migration is a complex process, and AI is revolutioning the crucial planning phase by providing the intelligent algorithm and automating the capabilities that empower the organization to make the informed decisions and minimizing the risk. So how it is helping it? Let's understand that. The first one is we can say the it's automated discovery and dependency mapping. AI powered tools, or you can say algorithm, can automatically scan your entire infrastructure, entire environment, and that includes your on-premises servers, or you can say application, database, and network configuration, and give the comprehensive view of your assets. So, and the different interdependency as well, that really helping to reduce the manual documentation and risk of overlooking the critical components. And this is a very seamless process, would say, which will give the very comprehensive um, approach or comprehensive view, where the manual discovery and dependency can be time consuming and the error prone. So this is one of the way we can use it when you are talking about, right, the discovery. The cost estimation and optimization is very much important. in earlier side, we have seen that in a conventional way, cost optimizations and the estimations in our planning phase is one of the key factor. So artificial intelligence can predict the cloud cost by historical data, usage pattern, and the resource requirement to provide the more accurate cost estimation. When you're talking about the cost forecasting, right, the optimizing the cost is also one of the biggest factor. So you can plan it or optimize the cloud cost by right sizing of your virtual machine, by leveraging the reserved instances, or you can say the utilizing the spot instances for the non-critical workloads. So these are the different ways where definitely cost estimation and the optimization can be utilized. And apart from this, the risk assessment and the mitigations, where AI tool can automate the entire risk assessment process by providing uh, a comprehensive report that highlights the potential vulnerabilities, and I would say the suggest the mitigation strategies for entire infrastructure. So here is the one that I would say that we definitely can be used the AI infused capabilities where automated the discovery, intelligent cost optimization, and the risk assessment, where we can use it. So this is about planning. And when the next one is the AI driven migration execution and automation. Um, Artificial intelligence is I would say revolutioning this phase, and it is really enabling the organization to automate the task and optimize the workflows and achieve the really smoother and faster transitions to the cloud. It can be used your application, refactoring, data migration, and testing. Would like to quickly walk you through this, and we'll see one demo which will really understand the entire migration or application refactoring. Well, when we are talking about the application refactoring, right, where we can modernize your legacy applications. Suppose you have very legacy applications that might be in your COBOL or very old legacy languages, and you want to move to the Java or any modern language. Here, definitely AI can utilize AI infused capability can be utilized, and you can use the application refactoring. Along with that, suppose you have the very monolithic architecture and you want to move to the microservice architecture. Here here also we can AI algorithm can analyze the monolithic applications and identify the potential candidates for decomposition into the microservices. So this is the one of the way application refactoring we can use it. And when you're talking about the application refactoring, right, the data migration also is one of the factor where we can analyze and classify the data, where classify the data based on your sensitive information or the importance, or you can say the other different approaches or data categorizations, and that will give the recommend most appropriate migration approach. And with the help of AI tool, we can automate uh, the synchronization between the on premises and the cloud environment which you are transitioning. So here, along with the application refactoring, we can definitely use the intelligent data migration with the help of AI. And in this entire thing, right, when you're talking about the migration to the cloud, the very important terms comes in a or very important part is the testing. So GenAI or test generation or AI capabilities can automatically generate the test cases based on application requirement and execute them in the cloud environment. So it is automatically can generate it. It can retest it. If you are adding the new feature, it will generate on top of your code. Different test cases will be get generated. Uh, when you're talking about the unit test, right, the performance and the load testing is one of the important factor. So AI can simulate the real world user traffic to conduct the performance and load testing and identify the different bottlenecks in a cloud environment. When you're talking about unit test and the performance testing, right, the security testing is also one of the important factor where AI can identify the different vulnerabilities, and ensure that your cloud environment is secure and compliant with the industry regulations. So this is one of the factor I would say. I would like to show you one demo which will exhibit the legacy code modernizations with the help of AI. So we'll walk you through this code, the demo, and then we'll further discuss more on it.
The AI Application Modernization Starter Kit from Grid Dynamics. Leverage the tremendous potential of generative AI and current LLM capabilities to improve developer productivity and accelerate digital transformation. Applying generative AI to real-world migration programs is challenging for a few reasons. For starters, legacy code is often poorly documented, and developers proficient in legacy languages are scarce. Another challenge is that migration often requires deeply reworking the application architecture and redesigning the structure of the business logic modules, which is beyond current LLM capabilities. Another challenge is that implementation on the new tech stack requires developers to understand and follow corporate guidelines. Grid Dynamics has built a sophisticated application modernization starter kit to address these challenges using multi-stage processing. First, the starter kit deeply analyzes the legacy code base and generates high-level functional specifications. Next, the starter kit creates detailed technical and functional specifications incorporating the architectural guidelines defined by the user. Finally, the starter kit creates low-level specifications, such as flow and class diagrams, and generates the code in the target programming language. Let's go to the demo where you'll see a simplified version of this workflow, showcasing how an individual software module is migrated. Upon logging in, you will be greeted with a project overview screen. Here you can see all your currently uploaded projects. This screen allows you to manage your projects effortlessly. Next, you have the option to either upload a new project or open an existing one. This flexibility ensures that you can work with any code base you have, whether you're starting fresh or continuing from where you left off. Once you select your project, you will be redirected to the main workspace. This is where the magic happens. Let's take a closer look on the left side of the workspace. You'll find the navigational tools and the code browser. These tools allow you to easily navigate through your project files and directories. You can quickly locate and open any file you need to work on. In the main center pane, you can view the source code of your selected file. This pane supports various programming languages, making it versatile for different legacy systems. On the right pane, we can see some AI agents, which will play a vital role in the migration of the project. The first is the business logic agent, which extracts important business logic from selected legacy code. Once you click Generate, our advanced language model, or LM, analyzes the code and generates a detailed business logic for the selected file. This business logic outlines the purpose and function of the code, providing a clear understanding of its operations. Next is the planner agent, which is the bridge between our business logic and our final generated code. It lays out detailed steps to enable the migration process by creating an instructional document with manageable steps. It also generates a mermaid diagram to visualize the relationship between classes or models in the final generated code. The final piece of the puzzle is the shell agent, which facilitates the generation of code using the steps laid out in the migration plans. As we select a plan and click Generate, the shell agent goes through the steps and generates the project folder structure and subsequently new code files. It then meticulously inserts necessary code into files while preserving imports and file folder structures as laid out in the migration plan. there you have it. With our AI Application Modernization Starter Kit, you can efficiently and effectively transition your legacy code to modern platforms, ensuring your systems remain efficient and up to date. This concludes our demo. To start modernizing your legacy code, please reach out and let's have a conversation.
So this is about our application code modernization. So now let's take it a third phase, is AI enhanced cloud operation and optimizations. uh, Cloud migration, as you are saying, that it's not just moving to the cloud, right? It's a thriving to the cloud. And once your workloads are migrated to the cloud, the focus shift to ongoing operations, I would say, the performance optimization, and then continuous improvement. And in entire journey, I feel that this is where AI truly shines. And offering that by offering the different intelligent automations and insights that really empower the organizations to maximize the value of their cloud investment. So we'll see quickly, and then I would like to show you very quick demo there here as well. So we'll visualize that how it is really helping into the cloud optimizations. The one is, it is the proactive monitoring, where we can in AI ops, if you see, the cloud monitoring and management is really important, and AI infused capabilities in this entire optimizations will really helping it out by proactive monitoring and the anomaly detections. If you see the traditional monitoring tools that rely on a static thresholds and manual analysis, which can be a reactive and inefficient. So AI ops platform really leverage the AI and learning to analyze the vast amount of telemetry data that includes your metrics, logs, or traces in a real time. That really help us to identify the different anomalies and predicting the potential issues before they impact to the user. When you're talking about the anomaly detections, right, the one important factor here about the AI infused operation optimization is automated remediations. AI can definitely automate the remediation actions, such as restarting your servers, or scaling the resources, or triggering the different alerts. That is one of the factor where AI really truly shines. And then when you are talking about the alerting, right, instead of flooding the IT teams with the different alerts, AI can and provide and filter the alert based on the severity and the context. That really reduce the alert fatigue for the IT team or IT infrastructure team. And the next one is the AI driven performance optimizations. AI can definitely analyze your performance by identify your application, or going to scanning through the application code, database queries, or network configurations, where you can definitely optimize your code structure. And when you're talking about the resources, right, AI can also optimize resource or allocation based on a workload demand, or you can say preventing over provisioning and reducing the cost. Here are the place where I feel that AI really helping out to anomaly detections as well as the remediation and the optimizations. And moreover it is a continuous improvement or continuous learning, where it helps to analyze the data from your past migrations to identify the patterns, trends, and different areas for the improvement. And since it is your companion, when you're talking about the AI, right, AI is kind of a companion for your infrastructure, which really continuously learn and adopt your cloud environment, and becoming a more intelligent over the time. That really help us to identify the different anomalies or predict the in the future, and remediation. And more the data you feed it more learn it. And this is the way that I feel that AI shines, and it helps to the observability point of view, as well as FinOps point of view. So here AI can be infused. To give the more information about, right, with quickly 2-3 minutes demo I would like to show you, so that you can understand in a brief manner how AI can be infused for your observability or the FinOps point of view. So this is all about cloud optimizations, where we can infuse is one of the even a short demo for the to understanding that how can we utilize the AI for the optimization purpose. So we'll quickly go through the one use case where we worked with our customers, which had around eight. They have acquired around eight brands over the time, and they wanted to bring it that all infrastructure underneath of the single infrastructure. When I say this all infrastructure, it means all the different brands were actually built on a different API stacks, and they wanted to build it underneath of the single infrastructure. And it was one of the complex migration, where we have done or created over 60 microservices and implemented the entire infrastructure underneath of the Kubernetes and as well as the DevOps practices. With the proper migration approaches, we that includes your planning or assessment, planning, and then execution and the optimizations, we could deliver very well. And then further, we also infuse some of the AI capabilities while doing the journey. And from the business point of view, we could really help them or customers to reduce the operational complexity, improve the scalability and flexibility of e-commerce operations. And the most important factor here, it is that the time to market for the new innovative technologies or implementing onto the infrastructure has been reduced significantly, and the revenue also has been improved a lot. So this is one of the case studies. We have worked with the numerous customers or numerous logos. And about the grid dynamics, grid dynamics is there in the market since the inception of the cloud. And we worked in every technology evaluation that starts from your open source technology, microservice technology, cloud native technology, then further serverless, or the current era of AI and Gen AI, or the agentic, or you can even say the DeepSeek. So every phase or technological evolutions, we work with our customers and try to solve their problem. And we have really intelligent AI team or AI architect, and the team or the data scientist. They are continuously worked on different new technologies and try to solve the enterprises problems, to making sure that their end customers are delighting with the different new technology evolutions. Well, this is all about the cloud migration with the help of AI. If you have any kind of questions, I'm ready to answer those questions.
Girish, we have a few questions first in the chat. We'll answer them, followed by the people who wanted to ask. We can unmute a few audience, and then we can get the questions rolled.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Abhishek asks, making foundational change in application while cloud migration won't create more issues.
You mean to say that by making the foundational changes, right? See, when you are talking about the entire changes, right? That, as I said, you right, that assessment need to be done uh, very properly, the entire discovery, and we need to find it out the what are the different risks, and we need to have the risk plan over when you identify the risk, right? When you are making any change, if you know the what are the risks, you can definitely conquer those risks by doing the proper steps or proper execution. So for example, we do not you cannot take some of the servers to the cloud. So we need to find it out what are the different alternatives to the move to the cloud. Or do we need to have the replatforming that entire different servers, or do you need to do some certain different activities to perform from the on premises to the cloud? So when you are the answer to your questions, that assess the proper risk, and what need to find out the mitigations to address those kind of risk. So the proper assessment need to be done before going to the cloud.
Thank you, Girish. There's one more question from Shruti. Is this AI starter kit has been created by Grid Dynamics? She meant, yeah. Is this AI
Yeah,
starter?
Shruti, mhm. Shruti, actually, would like to take a pride here that we have really intelligent AI team, and we are identified in the market with the AI and ML technologies, or you can say agentic AI, and we have really good data scientists and data engineer across the globe. And And this specifically AI started kit has been developed by the Grid Dynamics and our intelligent team in Grid Dynamics.
Thank you, Girish. We have one more question from Manas. Are we already using any AI-driven migration tool? It will be helpful to see what all factors it takes into consideration while scanning the resources.
Assessment phase, actually, in Grid Dynamics, we have not using it, but moreover, the application modernization as well as optimization observability kit, we are using it for the different customers.
Thank you, Girish.
And
one
just
question.
I would like to add it. We are in discussion with one of the customers to use it, but that is not at all. That is still it is in the discussion.
Thank you, Girish. Manisha asks, how do we assess application readiness to cloud?
So when we are talking about the application modernization, right? So it is from the AI perspective or is a normal way which we are talking about, or a conventional way. So if you, I will give the conventional way, or the way that when we are talking, right? First of all, we need to make sure that this which technology has been used it. Is that technology, or you can any application that is a Java application, Angular or React, that is there is support to the cloud provider or not. So as we in a starter kit, you might have seen that the COBOL is a really very legacy language, and you might be surprising that the still people are using. Yes, people are still using this legacy language because they are working on some legacy architecture. So they really want to move to the cloud, and in that case, cloud COBOL is not the platform which is supported onto the cloud native platform. So if you talk about the applications, we need to make sure that that platform is supporting onto the cloud or not. Not only that, that entire assessment of that applications after moving to the cloud, will it survive or not. If you are moving to the cloud, that entire applications, if it is not working as expected, then you need to do some minor tuning, or do we need to go for the entire refactoring that need to be identified. So I would say, to answer your question today, we need to the proper assessment by the going to deep dive into the code.
Thank you, Girish.
Yeah.
One more question from Joseph. Beyond cost savings, what are the long-term benefits of AI-driven cloud migration for enterprises?
So when we are talking about the benefits of the cloud migration, that might be AI or AI infused cloud migration. The first thing is that we have seen already, in the slides, that it brings a very good agility. When I say the agility is nothing but to bring the new innovation or the new technology into your infrastructure, and search to the customer, and the speed to market is reduced, and serve to the customer or delight to your customer with the new technology and their experience. So agility and the innovation is one of the factor. Along with that, when you are moving to the cloud, right, cloud migration is a one-time journey, but when you are moving to the cloud, the continuous improvement and the continuous optimization is uh, very much important. And AI infused capability, which I showed you into the one of the video last demo, that you might have seen, that how can we utilize the optimization. If you are from the operation background, or if you are from the cloud background, right, somewhat, you will understand that it is a really continuous and painful journey to maintain the cloud itself. If you see any downtime and finding out the root cause, it is sometimes really painful. So for the longer time, I would say it is definitely bring the agility, innovation, and the most important factor here, it is the give the optimization in a such a way that your entire burden goes off with the help of this intelligent companion. Yeah.
Thank you. We have one question from Harshvardhan. I'm just unmuting Harshvardhan.
Yeah. Hi. So one question from me is like, how reliable is the AI, and like, what if how to troubleshoot the AI?
Harsh, actually, it's a very good question. Okay. Everyone is talking about the reliability. If anybody wants to infuse the AI into their entire, cloud migration journey, how AI is reliable. See, I would answer this question in a way that it is AI cannot do your entire, migration. It's not one time. It's a kind of it's a combination of manual as well as the AI infused. Right now, it has not that much evolved in a such a way that we can infuse the AI in every place. So human interface, intervention is still required, because the problems of every enterprise is different. It is might be different complexities. It's very humongous. Some people I might have some limited stack, but tech stack, but some of the my organization has a really humongous stack. So we cannot infuse every time, but yes, by common intervention, human intervention, we can definitely understand that if there is any kind of uncertainty, we can review it that and making sure that it really working as expected. So it's a continuous review and continuous improvement. We can use it and avoid the risk with the help of AI if you are using the AI.
Girish, we have one question from Basava. Basava, you can unmute yourself and
Thank you, Girish, and thank you, Ron. Amazing, amazing. This is a market where infinite possibilities are there. I'm working in the field of AI. If possible, you could, explain the logic behind it, this COBOL to Java, the specific case. We try to do it without IBM Watson and other third party on our own, and we couldn't succeed, especially with the code. And some of the now the bots are the agentic websites which are very well. They are doing it really well. So I just wanted to understand if you can answer it now or later, that how it was done. If you can throw some light on that.
Baswat, thank you so much for these questions. But as you are an enterprise person, right? You might have understand that some of the things we can, some of the things we cannot reveal it. At the same time, there are certain, restrictions to for the enterprise level, proprietary level. We cannot show that how it has been done unless and until NDA signed. So there are certain restrictions, I would say, that we cannot disclose, but it's one of the great accelerators where we have utilized for the application modernization and with the different in-house development.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's not the application what you have used is a really large scale one. And if this is stable and sustainable in the coming days, I think it's a $1 billion market. Thank you.
Thanks, Baswa.
thank you also. We have Manas Kumar. He also has a few questions. Manas, you can unmute yourself and please feel free to ask all the questions that you posted on chat.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Giri. Thanks. Very nice presentation. I appreciate your efforts today. So I saw Grid Dynamics product looks very valuable, and there is a definite future on this because I also work on a couple of agentic solutions. So I just want to understand up to what level of product this product helps in evaluating the migration requirements. For example, like, is it only able to cover SaaS product or enterprise app or ERP products or any apps that is having client server products? What all are covered here up till now? I know it's a continuous journey.
See, actually, if I understand your questions, that which are the technology stack it is getting used, or which are the product basically you are utilizing this AI infused capability, if I understand correctly. Sorry, your voice was not very much clear for me.
Oh, it's not clear. Hello.
Huh.
Is it audible now?
It's audible, but am I my question correct, which I understood from you?
Yeah, looks fine. There is only one thing I was trying to clarify about the type of product it supports.
See, actually, um, right now, whichever I showed you, it's a very legacy, but at the same time, some cloud native applications, or you can say the Java, or you can say C, or otherwise you can not see exactly, but some C sharp. That technology stack we have tried it out, and as you correctly said it, it's a continuous journey. We are still doing it different technology stack for such a way that it can be utilized. It's totally depend upon the customer requirement, Manis. I would not say that it is not supporting or not supporting. It's depend upon the what problem statement comes in front of us, and then we will try to utilizing or fine tune the actual the modules, which we can say that, to make sure that it is giving as per the requirement.
Okay, so I mean, one more doubt here. Is it just based on the technology stack, or is it based on the architecture that is being used?
It's a right now it's a technology stack. I would say the architectures, overall
Okay.
architecture. See, if you see that, right, it each the suppose composable commerce, or you can say different stacks we have it. If it is a code structure, it is ready with you. You can definitely use it to modernize this. But the product wise, I'm still doubting on that. But I feel that that entire product, I'm not very much sure it we can help it out on that. But yes, if you come
Okay,
up with a
okay.
problem statement, Manas, we are definitely help it out that. But right now, whatever the demo we have shown it, it's basically from the application modernization. It's a specific problem point of view or technology stack.
Okay, okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Manas. Girish, we have few more questions. We have Basava. Uh, are these agents based on IBM Watson or third-party converters or Grid Dynamics owned agents?
See, it's at the private, actually. It's not a public one. We have our own LLMs, and when we are actually using it or giving it, we cannot give the public, right, LLMs. So we have our private LLMs that which are has been utilizing in entire demo. So yeah.
Thank you, Girish. We have Venugopal with a question. Is Grid Dynamics, does Grid Dynamics provide training for AI? If I join Grid Dynamics, as I was working on different skills.
Uh, it's
Probably
it's
this,
very,
Venugopal, I'll take this question, Girish. Venugopal, sure, like, please feel free to apply for any roles that you might find fit. Depending on your expertise, depending on the interest that you have in, specific fields or particular fields, we'll be helping you with, all the training that you would need, because we have something called Grid University, where you get to upskill yourselves on different aspects of technology, not just AI, but on different tech stacks. On, you can do certifications, you can train yourself, certified trainings, and we have our, senior leaders who will be helping you with anything that you would need to upskill yourself in different fields that you are or
yeah.
would be part of. I hope that
Yeah,
answers.
yeah, it's Rohit has properly put up this, and it's really. I would like to add it that here is the place that you can learn a new technology. Means it's a emerging technology, and if you really want to work on a different technology, it's not that you are just working it. If suppose if you want to try it out, learn it, here is the one of the place that I would say that you can, it's kind of playground where you can play whatever the things you want to play around.
Thank you, Girish. We have one more question. We have three more questions actually. Uh, Gautam asks how easy it is to move complicated apps, which has many Kafka, stateful sets, Cassandra, etc. Sorry if I'm pronouncing them wrong, but I hope you get the question.
See, as I said, right, it's again I'm saying that it's a very specific questions that how can we move the specific things to the cloud. When you are talking about any problem statement, right, for example your craft house framing or any complex application you are talking about, it's required the proper assessment. Unless and until that we understand the proper problems, we cannot move it to the cloud. You can take it as a which modernization approach needs to be taken. it's a kind of totally depend upon the infrastructure. We cannot directly to it. Suppose if it's my Kafka, or you can say that, okay, it's my application stack, can we move to the cloud, or this is a prototype? No, it's a totally depend upon every organizational problem statement, and it is not a single shot fit for that. So answer to your questions, we need to go through the entire stack, and does it is really fit it, or which complexities or the stack it's really can be moved to the cloud, that need to be seen it, and then we need to take an the steps further or execute the steps.
Thank you, Giri. We have two more questions. Can AI fully automate cloud migration, or does it still require significant manual intervention? I believe you answered this question partially, but if you want to take it up, please.
Yeah, just briefly, I would say, as I said, right, technology is still evolving. Okay, it's in a continuously evolving. To answer your question, that can we take entirely the cloud migration? Answer is no, we cannot. It's a complex process, as I say, and since I'm telling, it's every organization has their own problem statement, and that is really sometimes humongous stack or humongous infrastructure, or you can say that it's as a AI, or you can say that different complexities and as per the organizations, and moving to the cloud as very unique steps and unique cloud migration plan. So human interventions in every phase is very much essential.
Thank you, Girish. We have one last question. Will AI reduce the need for cloud migration specialists, or will it create new roles in the industry? Pretty much question for everyone who has interacted with AI.
See, actually, it's a kind of the questions, but moreover, see that when you are talking about the AI, right? I would say that when you are talking about the champion, you should be champion overall. So AI is evolving technology, and I would say that everyone needs to understand each and every bit of that. Suppose if you are in a cloud migration, you really need to understand that you're a developer, how AI can be infused in your capability. So I would say that you nearly learn that technology. If you are not getting learn it, you will get stagnated. And if you are learning that technology for your business purpose, that will really sustain you and not replace you. So it is not a replacement, it's moreover about that how you take yourself, or shine or refine yourself, relearn yourself with the help of this new technology. And technology is evolution, and everyone has to go with this technology evolution, otherwise you will get stagnated. That's all I would say.
Perfect. Thank you, Girish. One last question, probably this is where we'll end. What's the best way to apply for Grid Dynamics? I have a very strong profile, but would like to know how can I get a chance to be part of Grid Dynamics? LinkedIn applications have never been replied. This is a question from Gautam. Yeah. So I'll probably, this will be part of my concluding speech. Thank you, Gautam, for bringing it up. So thank you, Girish, for that insightful presentation. Your expertise on cloud has truly shed light on cloud migration through AI, which is our current topic. And I'm confident our audience, whoever attended, will carry these ideas forward in their own work. And anyone who would be interested to work, or partner with Grid Dynamics, are most happy to welcome. Before we conclude today's sessions, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on why events like Grid Dynamics matter, or Dynamic Talks matter. At Grid Dynamics, we believe in empowering the tech community by sharing knowledge, fostering innovation, and building connections. Your participation today, whether as an attendee or as a collaborator, it will help strengthen the ecosystem. For those of you inspired by today's discussion, we invite you to explore how you can be part of our journey. Whether you are a seasoned professional or a curious learner, we offer opportunities to work on cutting-edge projects, grow your skills, and shape the future of technology. We work with Fortune 1000 firms globally. Please visit our career site. If there are any open positions or anything that suits your skills, please feel free to reach out on my email ID if you are getting trouble reaching out or applying through our LinkedIn or elsewhere. I'd be happy to share your resumes with the relevant team. I've also dropped a link of our careers page. Please visit the same and feel free to reach out. We are also excited to announce that this is just a beginning in India. Stay tuned for more dynamic talks in the coming months, where we'll continue to explore transformative topics, and host industry leaders. Also follow us on our LinkedIn or subscribe to our newsletters to stay updated. We'd also love to hear your feedback. Please take a moment to fill out the feedback form, which will be shared post the webinar. Finally, thank you and a good evening to all of us and all of you who joined us today. Your engagement made this session more meaningful. Until next time, keep innovating, keep learning, and keep pushing boundaries. Thank you. Have a fantastic day, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.